Hello, my friends. I am Shubham Mishra, pursuing third year BLLB honors from the VIT School of Law. And today I am going to give this PPT I have prepared, and I am giving the presentation basically for those students who are just going to learn the subject of HRM. So this PPT will give them a basic idea what is HRM, and it will help them in their academics further, and the later on concepts I will be elaborating further. So this concept of HRM, how is it? HRM is the most important department in any organization, and before going further, it is necessary to know what is organization, how it is defined. Organization is a group of people established either formally or informally for attainment of certain objectives. Every organization has certain objectives. Those objectives needs to be achieved in a efficient and effective manner. So organization can be defined simply as a group of people. They have certain goals, they have to achieve those goals. So it can be inferred people are the foundation of any organization. Simple. Now in societal context, if we look from the societal context, a particular company and the people, organization need people because they have to run their activities, they have to run their business in the market. People need organization because they have to earn their livelihood, they have to survive in this difficult world. So from the societal context, both are necessary for each other. Third concept, it is so HR department deals with people who staff, lead, and they control organizations, and persons involved in a particular company, they are referred as a human resources. Why do we call people in particular company a human resources? Why this term is used for them? It is necessary to know. Human refer to the skilled workforce in the organization. The people who are being hired in the organization, they must be expert, they must have perfect knowledge in their field, because that talent is necessary for them for betterment objectives, for betterment of the attainment of the objectives of the company. So it is skilled people are necessary. Resources, as we all know, we have limited availability of natural resources. Those resources needs to be the benefit needs to be extracted at large level from these resources, and these resources need to be used in a most possible and the useful manner. So for these resources, for the limited availability of these resources, for managing it properly, those skilled human resources necessary, and the management of these human and the resources for the maximizing or proper utilization, and for making best use of the limited and scarce resources and the best resources of the human's mind. All the management of these activities is called the human resource management. Now, what are human resources? It is necessary to know. In organizational context, the personnel involved in different activities of an organization are the human resources of an organization. Definitely in a particular organization, there will be the different departments, different activities will be there, different personnel will be involved in that department. So those different personals are human resources because they are foundations. Such type of personnel referred as human resources. They have one thing in common. They have been assigned with certain duties and the responsibilities on the inception itself when they were hired. So they have to achieve those duties and the responsibilities in order to achieve the organizational goal and objectives. Because of those attaining those objectives, they have been hired at the first place itself. When people become human resource, they become human resource when they involved in the organization with physical strength, energy, competencies, and these competencies consists of knowledge, certain attitudes, and the potential for growth. And human resources are effectively mobilized by the organization for the achievement of the desired results. Definitely they have to exist in the market, they have to extend their level in the market, they want their number of customers to be enhanced at their regular basis. For that, human resource needs to be used in a most positive and the desired manner. So this is the human resources simple definition. Till this slide I have made myself clear what are the human resources and why they are called human resources, and what is the management, what are the HR managers. Now there are two important Donley and Gibsons. These are the HR expert. They have given a precise and specific definition of HRM also. HRM is the process of accomplishing organizational objectives by acquiring, retaining, terminating, developing and properly using the human resources in company. And one more person is there according to the Gary Dessler. He says that HRM refers to the policies and practices involved in carrying out the people or human resource aspects of the management position, including recruiting, screening, training, rewarding and appraising. So these are the different fundamentals, different functions of HRM which they have to carry out while they are in organization. So this is the definition, I mean precise definition which has been given, and I think it has helped you a lot. It would have helped you a lot. Objectives of HRM. Definitely when they are in the organization they had certain objectives, societal objectives. When every organizations they are producing certain goods and services, those services are produced for the societies, so they have to produce these things by keeping in mind the betterment of the society. To be ethically and socially, they have to be ethically and the socially responsible to the needs and challenges of the society. They have to keep in mind what are the needs and challenges of the society, and they have to minimize their negative impact and of such demands upon the organization. Basically they will have to reduce the negative impact and they will have to increase the positive impacts on the mindsets of the people. So this is the societal objectives that needs to be pondered carefully. Organizational objectives. Now definitely they have certain organizational objectives. HR manager, they are assigned with certain functions. Those are their organization. Every organization has objectives. We have to achieve this much profit needs to be attained this year. This objective needs to be looked upon carefully by HR manager also. So they have to recognize the role. They have to recognize the role of HR manager in bringing about the organizational effectiveness. They have to use the best. They have to give it them best. They have to attain. They have to obtain the organizational objective carefully. Functional objectives. Definitely HR manager has different functions in the organization. We will be dealing further in the next slide about the functions of HR. So they have these objectives also. They have to achieve their functions also. Objectives or functions. Personal objectives. Manager, HR manager, he has to assist employees in achieving their personal goals, at least insofar as these goals enhance the individual's contribution to the organizations. If anything wrong is happening, HR manager has to assist his employees. This is how the way it should be done. Because if they are making any mistake, they need to be corrected then and there itself, and that mistake cannot be repeated again. So this is the personal objective of HR manager. Now, what are the different functions of HRM? As I have already told you, HR is the most important function of any organization because it deals with all departments. First is planning. What will be the annual planning? What will be the annual planning of the organization? It has to be ascertained by HR manager by looking into all the aspects, by by discussing with all the managers of the different departments. So they have to make planning for the future. Staffing. They have to recruit people every year, every annually or the daily or monthly basis. They have to staff the best possible talent which might be conducive for the environment of their organization. So they have to staff best people. After recruitment, as the recruitment takes place, they have to develop talents through giving them training. They have to impart certain skills, knowledge, and they have to introduce with the environment of the company to their employees. So in order to developing their skills and the imparting knowledge about the organizations, they have to give training and all. So development of the employees is necessary. Fourth, motivating. There are certain circumstances occur where the employees, due to the workload, due to environmental circumstances, due to the discrimination occurs, they feel demotivated. Or if they are not performing well, they feel demotivated, or they feel demotivated because of the rude and the harsh behavior of the top management levels. So they have to be motivated by the HR manager in order to extract the benefit from their effort. Managing change. Every organization, every market, everywhere, the change is the important function or important phenomena of the society. Change always takes place. Society changes every day. In the same way, in an organization, different changes takes place. So they have to manage those changes and they have to come out with the best solution. So they will have to take it carefully and in a lightful manner, in a careful manner. Maintaining, they have to maintain all the organizational activities. Maintenance is very necessary for them. It can be considered as one of the best and the most important functions of HR manager. They will have to maintain relationship also. Every organization consists of the people from the different sex, religion, caste, religion, and sometimes many problems occur. So they have to resolve their grievances. They have to maintain relationship. They have to maintain good relationship between an employer and employee, employee and employer also. So these are the relationship that needs to be maintained by the HR manager by looking into the aspects of the organization. Evaluation. HR manager has to evaluate the performances of their employees, whether they are going in accordance with the rules and regulations, with the principles, with the policies which has been framed by their thereby company, and they have to be evaluated. If they are making any if they are not making any progress, they need to be evaluated then and there itself. Their mistakes need to be told them where they are making mistake, and they will be elaborated for, they will be corrected then and there itself. So these are the functions of HRM. Qualities of HR manager is also necessary. Insight in human nature. Sometimes human have many problems when they are working. Human stress is there, and many more problems occur. So they have to insight in human nature. They have to look into their problems. They have to solve those problems. Second point, freedom from bias. HR manager shouldn't be biased to anyone. They have to be equal. They have to show parity in their organization, because disparity leads to discrimination, and discrimination is totally should always be against the principles of the organization. So they don't have to show any biasness, no favoritism, no nepotism with everyone. Every employee should be equal, whether he belongs to any caste, religious, sex, or no discriminating factor should be available in their environmental. Communication skill is necessary. HR manager should have communication. He must have proper communication, oratory skills. Because he will have to he always needs to communicate with his employees at regular level. He has to recruit people, he has to give them training, and certain other functions I have dealt. So the communication is the foundation of these all things, because it has to go. Communication leads to the betterment of their goals, and he must have their leadership and organizational skills. Definitely HR manager is the leader of all the departments, because HR manager is the leader. He has to find out all the problems that needs to be solved. Those problems needs to be solved. The problem needs to be resolved amicably. Leadership is necessary. And organizational skills. All organizational skills should be possessed by HR manager. So I have discussed in this PPT the meaning of HRM, why do we call these human resource management, and the who exactly are the human resources, a definition by the Donnelly and Gibson, and it would have helped you a lot. There are 4 objectives which we have dealt properly: functions of HR manager and the qualities of HR manager. So thank you so much. I think this PPT would help you a lot and enlighten you with the different aspects which will be dealt further in your academics. Thank you so much.